with to speak. And she did teach me a lot about how to submit to a conference, what they might be looking for. She taught me things like how to breathe the day of the conference, because you would be surprised that that can be challenging for some of us to remember to breathe. And then what to do when inevitably someone comes up to you on Zoom or in person and says, "Oh my gosh, you're the speaker." It's so yeah, that the partnering, I think, is another good avenue. There's a couple of groups on LinkedIn too that are talking about conference speaking. So I don't have those handy, but there's some good advice that comes through that way. Yeah. Anybody else have any good advice for aspiring new speakers?
I was going to say that really your idea on any questions that you have that creates a block is something that I didn't think about a lot. And it also kind of linked to how and why I created, I have a YouTube channel, a Scrum YouTube channel, a Agile YouTube channel, and it's a French one. Because when I started, even if I'm bilingual, I wanted to listen to Agile in my native language, because connection and understanding gets better kind of in your native language. So I was like, hey, doesn't exist. We only have 2 French channels. So anyone listening to me, there is room. Comment, create your channel. Any question you receive, do it. Easy, just record. And on that day, I was like, okay, I want to create that space. I want to be able to to give other people the chance that I didn't have to actually understand it. It felt so complex. There were so many new words in English, so many IT vocabularies that I wasn't particularly good with. And really creating that space just came from my problem, my big issue, and wanted to share it back into that space. So Jenny, I really believe that this place, or this point of whatever you missed, whatever you're receiving as questions, whatever question you're asking yourself, can be a good place to find that that identity. And I'll do that again. So we are good. I think I'm still seeing the claps. So we are now into this phase. I'm going to add one additional question that I believe that all the women in Agile please have the answer, but for all our latecomers, I want to be part of Women in Agile. I want to volunteer. I want to do something. I listen to you and I'm like really inspired. I really feel that I want to be part of this community. I want to share whatever I am and mingle into this space. What would you tell to those people that are feeling very inspired and clapping and feeling that it's great about Women in Agile, and also joining the space, even the LNV as a mentor? What would you want to share with them over here?
Is that a question for everybody, or
for Women in Agile people? So that may be you, Jenny, or Sabrina, now being part of Faye. Any one of you feel that you want to share about what it means being into the space of Women in Agile, coming and volunteering into this space, participating into this this community? This was mostly the question. What would you say about it and want to suggest to people about it?
Go for it. That would be the first thing. Sometimes I think about, like, I always include the fact that nothing happened from Billy and I's idea at first, right? We went 2 years and it was just, the universe pulled us back together, right? And said, this is a thing. And I'm so glad that we did. I mean, it is the one place that I know that I have personally had impact on people's life, right? And so Faye and I talk about that frequently, right? It's such a gift to be able to serve in this way. And so one of the things that I like about Women in Agile is there's several different avenues in which you can serve. So the original, and I didn't put this in our history, The Women in Agile, the organization itself started from a open space talk back in 2012. There were some folks that said, how can we get more women in Agile? Was basically the question at the open space. And then that led to Natalie Warnert making her graduate program like dissertation on women in Agile. And so she's the one that created the first conference that became a 5013C, which is in the United States, that's a way to say that it's a not-for-profit organization. And then from that became all of these programs within Women in Agile. Launching New Voices is one of them. There's also a mentorship program there in which, obviously folks get mentorship out, not just speaking, but in other ways in their career. There's scholarships. There are folks that support local communities, local groups. Women in Agile supports conferences in some aspects too. So there's lots of existing programs. If you have an idea though, that's one thing, we're very receptive to that. All of the contact information for the main Women in Agile 5013C based in the United States is available on our website. We do say there's lots of women in Agile organizations globally. They're not all connected or aligned with us. If you see that silhouette logo, that is an indication that it's affiliated with that original Natalie Warnert version. And one of the requirements is that we agree to the code of conduct, right? That's one of the requirements. So there's a link on that website to volunteer. I know I'm assuming Women in Agile Africa and several of the other meetups and conferences that you'll see from Women in Agile, I'll have places where you can contact them.
And if you don't have a chapter of Women in Agile near you and you'd like to start one, the womeninagile.org umbrella organization can help with that as well. They have a whole process for getting new chapters set up. And I don't even know how many, we're in the hundreds at this point, right, of chapters around the world, I think, in various cities. So, yeah.
I think
Oh, I was just going to say, like Jenny said, if you have another idea that you feel isn't being actioned on, go to that website and suggest it. The organization is almost entirely run by volunteers, and I think as a lot of people who volunteer for things, there's only so many hours in the day. Most of us have other jobs that we do, family things, other activities. So there's all kinds of great ideas out there that are just sort of waiting for someone who has time to take action on them. And you may have a new idea as well. So don't think that just because it's not happening, no one wants it. It might just be that no one's had a chance to take action, to exercise their passion around it.
Great, Faye. I was going to jump on what you said yesterday. We have a 100 plus chapter, and yesterday Leslie showed the map, and she said that they are not in Africa. So please be that new voice, be that new person. Don't hesitate. You can come to Women in Agile Africa to get information, or directly to Women in Agile. Actually, you don't even need to come to us. You directly go on the website. The form is in there, and you'll be able to have all the information required to create your chapter. And you'll be able, as you've seen with all the women over here, to get the support you need to be able to understand what are the tips and tricks to actually have a chapter. We have been in the space long enough to have faced all the problems, or nearly, that you can face into making a community live. So we will be able to share those tips and tricks with you and support you into the space that you want to grow. So don't hesitate again. There is space. There is a need. Don't think it's too much. Don't think you don't deserve it. Come, bring your uniqueness to everyone, and then we'll be able to make whatever you want to share to the world happen. So I think on our side, we have hit the time box of our session. any closing words? I'm always throwing people under the bus, right? I don't name anyone. I just ask my question. But please, Jenny or Faye or Sabrina, if you want to share anything before we close this this session of Zoom.
Thank you for the opportunity and including this in your program.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for participating, and thank you for sharing. And again, proud of Sabrina, proud of Faith on what you brought today. So thank you.
Good job.
Thanks.